What's up, guys? Gold Gaming here, back with another tank review. So today we're going to be doing the Object 140. Fun fact, this was actually my second tier 10 tech tree tank. I have like roughly 400 battles in this thing, and I've had a lot of fun. As I said, I was due for a review on the tanks that I've done the tank versus tank on. We've already done the T62A. If you didn't catch that, I'll link that down in the description. And we're going to go ahead and do the Object 140. So let's go and get into it. This is my equipment setup. I've got gun rammer, enhanced gun lane drive, and vertical stabilizer. Defense system, you could run either of those. It doesn't really matter. I got enhanced armor for one reason. And I got toolkits, the optics, engine accelerator, and consumable delivery system. Here is my ammo. This is what I run for consumables. Of course, I've got both the provision or the food items, and then of course I got the improved fuel. This is what I run for the consumables. I do run adrenaline because you don't. Typically, I run first aid kit, but you don't really need this. I typically don't have any issues playing or issues with crew being hit. And of course, this thing does have the terror camouflage and the little equipment slot that gives it the little spotlight and then the little things in the back of the turret. Alright, let's get on to compare tanks. Alrighty, here we are with compare tanks. So we got the Object 140 up against the Leopard 1, the Progetto, M48, and the WZ-121. Going to look down at the DPM. As you can see, the Leopard 1 has the best DPM. It got a buff not too long ago, and it like a 2-point-something second reload, or like a 0.2 second reload buff, and it's made it the highest DPM with the 350 alpha that it has. Penetration, it also has the best penetration, 255 for medium tanks at least. And then, of course, it is the 105 caliber. The Object 140 is a 103. The Object 140 has 11 round. The Object 140's rate of fire is 11.5. Leopard 1 is 10.48. But because it has the 350 alpha, it has a better reload. Going down to the weapon handling, the Progetto has better weapon handling, or the WZ has. Well, no, the Leopard 1 has the better weapon handling out of the bunch. It has 9 degrees of gun depression and all that. The Object 140 has 6 degrees of gun depression, 17 degrees of gun elevation. But the dispersion, which is 0.317, is it's a lovely 317. The M48 Patton has the same dispersion, and the Leopard 1, of course, is going to be better. Going down to the rate of, or the movements, this thing has 55 forward and then 20 to the rear, 60, which is not the best, but it's not the worst. The engine, or the power to rate ratio is really good on this thing. It's better for most tier 10 medium tanks, of course with the exception of the Leopard, but you can get up to speed relatively easily. The diverse numbers is also really, really good. Second in class, Leopard 1, of course, is the best. And camo after shot is fairly decent. It's actually got more camo after shot than the Leopard 1. And then, of course, we go down to the turret, or to the armor profile. 240 on the front, 187 on the rear, 65 on the back, which is the best. With the exception of the WZ frontal armor, it has the best turrets. And then, of course, hull armor, 100 on the front, which doesn't seem like a lot, but the way the front plate is angled, you can get some very troll shots. And, of course, with the exception of the Patton and the WZ, it has really good hull armor. And with that out of the way, let's get on to compare tanks. Alrighty, here we are with compare tanks. There is a little bit of red and a lot of green. Now, I've been on the Wargaming server trying to raise awareness. The Object 140 really does need a buff, at least on its turret. This is it frontally. There is a lot of green spots right here. They are all pennable. with these giant hatches on the back and that top of the turret being very, very weak. If we go ahead and switch it over to the console version, look at that turret. The only weakness is the cheeks and the 2 hatches on the back. That is the only difference in the armor profile between Blitz and the console. We switch it over to PC, right here, and it is roughly the same. It has a really good turret. There is a very small weak spot right here. I mean, I wouldn't worry about that, of course, if you're a PC player, but it does have the 2 hatches. We go ahead and switch it back over to Blitz, and, well, as you can see, yeah. I really believe that the 140 needs a armor buff, or a turret buff. It's been power crept altogether. No one really plays this tank anymore. It still is a good tank, don't get me wrong. It's good in some situations, but not a lot. The T22 and T62A just excel way past this thing. If you ask me, this is probably the worst performing medium tank at tier 10. It puts the M48 Patton puts this thing to shame, and it has a better profile than this, armor profile than this, believe it or not. Other than the turrets, if you do get that frontal plate at an angle roughly like this, you can get those very troll bounces. And of course, the sides are sloped, I guess you could say. So you can side scrape in this thing. There is a little spot closer to where the turret is. You can get a pen, if I can grab it right there. This is with the Leopard 1. But you can also reverse side scrape. Reverse side scraping, of course, is a little bit better, but if someone is doing that, just aim towards this area. You might be able to actually, do HP damage. We're going to switch over to the modules. Very, very crowded on the inside. It has a really, really big ammo rack on the side. Just aim center mass below the turret. Good chance you're going to detonate it. Same thing on the other side as well. The fuel tank is also in the front, so if you're going up against this thing frontally, hit it right about there, and you're more likely to set it on fire. It does have a smaller engine in the back. Of course, anything can go through the back with HE, or almost anything, and you can do some big damage there and disable the tank. If you only have the turret on the left side of the tank, you can hit the driver and whatnot. On the other side, that's where the loader, and there's an ammo rack back there. So if you only have the rear of the tank, aim for the rear right. And let's get on to the 3 replays. Alrighty, so I have 3 consecutive games in the 140. Well, the last replay was a couple of games later in the day, but this one and the next one are the same. They're not too exciting, but they do show the situations you can get this tank into where it excels. As you can see on the move, it is fairly mobile. It actually gets up to speed faster than the T22 and the 140 in the T62A. And it has a very lovely gun. 5.2 second reload and 6 degrees of gun depression. If you can get shots off like that, and set a batch chat on fire for 458, and of course you can chase him. You are able to keep up with most light tanks. Of course, they will get around the corner before you and win a race, but you are able to keep up with them. That is the nice part. The other place that the 140 excels is it's slightly more of a brawler than the T22. I recommend playing the 140 more, not frontline, definitely not frontline, but if you can get next to some tanks and be moving around them, circle of death, you're more likely going to win that engagement. But again, the turret is not the best, so anyone can just put heat or a primo through your turret. And that is a big weakness. But it is mobile, and you are able to get around certain tanks. We do track damage to the E75, unfortunately. We do get hit by the Jaegeru. Brought us down to a one-shot to just about any tank in the game. We got the mouse over there. We are sitting here resetting our camo. I don't want to get hit again. I honestly thought that was a light tank that hit me. I didn't realize it was the Jaegeroo until, well, in a little bit. We got the Mouse over there. I am actually going to try to take a shot onto the E75. And I do believe no, I do not get killed, but I do get spotted. Jaegeroo was spotted over there, full HP, so I do get behind the building. And then the E75 is complaining about us camping. We are going to get over this hill, just barely, and we're going to start to bully this Jaegeroo. Jaegeroo is looking at us. We do get unlucky and missed that shot, but he was not reloaded, and we do just barely get behind him and start dealing damage. I do go ahead and pop the adrenaline, so we up our DPM just a little bit more, damage the ammo rack, keep him from shooting, and he was actually trying to pull around to get shots on someone else, which he does, but he misses, and we take him out for our first kill and the last kill of this game. All in all, this was a decent game, which was a second class. We did 3.4k damage and made 7,000 credits. We're going to go ahead and go over to the leaderboard. We were top by XP, or not top by XP, but we were top by damage. The next game I had in the tank, we are on Hellas, and I was looking at the team lineups, and if you notice, we do have a couple of Pencer players. Really good players. We played up against them in tournaments, and they completely destroyed us, so they're very decent, and they are very coordinated. Luckily, one of them is in the SCB, and I'm going to do my best to play support. The STB is one I could have probably put on to the thing. It does have really good mobility, and I do plan on doing a review on the STB as well. We are going to pull up to C cap, and we are going to start capping. I do go ahead and blind shot this bush just to see if the medium tank was over there. You know, for luckiness. And then the 1A3 is over there, and then the SCB says cap, 140 cap, which I do. I mean, there's no point in me leaving caps already done. Go ahead and pull off, and I'm going to make my way up and try to create a crossfire onto the heavy tanks and take out the FV. We get up over here to this hill. Main priority was the FV, but I don't want to expose myself. Well, I do actually, and I noticed the Jaegeroo, which I do go ahead and put a shot in, start pumping the adrenaline, which is actually going to be a waste. I don't get a chance to put another shot in. Unfortunately, that shot misses, which would have been nice if it did. It didn't, but it did. Then I noticed the mouse was pulling over, so I go ahead and start pulling back. We got the grill over there, who is trying to get shots off on our heavy tanks. We are going to load up the HE and fail HE and hit him in the tracks. He's going to repair the tracks and pull forward, surprisingly, which gives me the chance to put another shot into him. Unfortunately, I did not track him. We got the mouse over there. I missed that shot, and I take his shot. I think it was from the grill, and then I bounce that one on the front plate. 1A3 is pulling around. I go ahead and get behind this rock just to block myself. I noticed the SCB over there, who didn't take a shot, and I'm going to go ahead and help him out as best as I can. The 1A3 is over there. He does hit me with Hesh in the tracks, and then the SCB does take him out. I go ahead and start putting shots onto this mouse, who is pulling up to the SCB. I'm going to pull around, put another one in, using the amazing DPM of this tank, and I'm going to go ahead and pull around to the side, put another one in for 290, bring him down to a potential one-shot if I max roll, because I do have a max roll reloaded, and unfortunately I do not max roll, and go ahead and pull around. I do bounce on the side, which is the main reason why I said that the 140 does excel at brawling. You can get it into the situations and be more likely to bounce, especially when heavy tanks are looking down on you. This battle was a third class. We did 2.4k damage. Going to go over to the team. The SCB was top of the leaderboard. Alrighty, last but not least, we are on Cannon, and we are on the northern spawn. And as you do in any other, in any medium tank, you're going to obviously pull up to B cap. The unfortunate part about the 140 is it does have the 6 degrees of gun depression, which is workable, don't get me wrong, but you do have trouble peeking over the railroad. You have to expose more of your tank. This is one of the few maps I would prefer to play hull down on, even though this thing doesn't have a good turret. But if you can put distance between you and the enemy, they're more likely to hit the weak spots, unless they load Pram out. We do go ahead and try pulling up over here. Thankfully, the enemy are all pulling around towards, what is that, C-cap. So that gives us the chance to try to get shots off. We do get spotted, and then the Jaegeroo is going to get spotted up over there, so I go ahead and put myself behind this rock so I don't get hit. We got the AMX over there. We do put a shot into him. Trying to move the turret back. Thankfully, we do not get hit by him. We are going to pull forward, and I believe we do get hits. Yeah, we do. But we put a return shot into him. We got the AMX 50B over there, and we do get a shot underneath the train car, and then we pull forward. And if you guys did not know, you can actually hit that part of the gun right there and deal HP damage. Just a little something to know. The AMX 5002 is now a one-shot and HE splash away, which I do go ahead and switch to HE, and RNG was in my favor, and I do land that shot. The M48 pattern is over there. We do go ahead and get a shot onto him, 299, and we are going to pull back as the AMX 50B is over there. Put a shot onto him as he's pulling back, and then he is taken out. We are going to screw that shot up. We hit the gun mallet of the object, and we are going to pull back again. Let's see. As of right now, I noticed the KPF and the the FE215B pulling around, so it gives me the chance to safely push up and to avoid taking any damage. We have the grill over there, which I believe we are going to fluff a shot on. Yeah, we are going to fluff a shot, but we are going to pull up to the rock, as I noticed the 268 starting to run. I think that was the Jaegeroo that shot. I'm not too sure. He starts aiming at me, so I get behind this rock before he has a chance to shoot me, and this is kind of where I'm going to stay for the remainder of this game. This is a lovely position right here. There goes the Jaegeroo. He shot at me and missed. And then we are going to stay behind cover as we don't want to get hit. I do ricochet that shot, pull back behind the dead AMX, and we are going to load up that heat and put one in through the lower plates. We do take a hit, but we don't have to worry. There goes Cap, and I believe I just... No, actually, I don't even get a chance to fire another shots. This was a third class. We also got the spot, and we did 2.3k damage with and made 1,000 credits. I'm going to go over the team. We were middle of the pack with damage, and the WZ and FE did a good job. Alrighty, guys. If you enjoyed this review, go ahead and drop a like, hit the subscribe button, as well as the bell to be notified when I upload in the future. If you want to send me any replays, please feel free to hit that link down in the description. That'll take you to my Discord server, where you can post any replays in the respective channel. I also got my Discord information down there. If you want to send me a friend request and DM me replays, you can do that too. And there's also an email down there that you can use to email me replays. All of them work, all of them are foolproof, and it's a great way to feature on the channel. I would love to start a petition and try to see if we can get Wargaming to buff the turrets, if not anything else. The 140 does need it. It's been power crept. Pretty much every other BD take outperforms this thing. It does have DPM, and it is good in few situations, but it's just why play the 140 when you go play? Oop, didn't mean to hit that. When you go play the T22 or the T62A, which is tech tree and much better. But enough with my ranting. That about sums this video up, and until next time, we'll see you on the battlefield.